Hello students, this is Mrs. Almaz Sheikh from Department of Physics, Haribhai Desai College, Pune. We are going to study in SYBSc Physics Paper 2 the course as Electronics. So let us start the course. Electronics is the branch of physics which is based on electricity, that is charge carrier. Basically, electronic components are divided into two as active components and passive components. Active components are those which provides energy to the circuit such as diodes, transistors, SCR, integrated circuits, etc. Whereas the passive components are those which are not require any external source for the operation and store energy in the form of voltage or current in the circuit. And we all know about these components. These are resistors, capacitors, inductors, etc. The first component which we are going to discuss is electric potential. Electric potential is same as the mechanical work done. In electronics, electronic potential is defined as the amount of work done to move unit positive charge from infinity to the particular point. So generally the symbol used for electronic potential is V or E. There are many terminology used for electronic potential in electronics. Sometimes it is referred as electromotive force or voltage or potential drop or electric potential. Electric potential has polarity, either positive potential or negative potential. The zero potential is termed as ground potential, which is necessary in the circuit. Electronic potential is always measured between the two terminals, and whenever you measure a potential, it is always a difference between the potentials of two terminals. So if I say it is 9-volt battery, it indicates up with respect to negative terminal, the positive terminal shows or represents 9 volt. The next very important parameter in electronics is current. It is simply defined as rate of flow of charge. So you can see current is a ratio of charge upon time. In terms of derivative, it is represented as dq by dt, and generally the unit used as ampere in the name of scientist Ampere. Now as we see the polarity of electric potential, current has a particular conventional direction. So the flow of electron in the circuit represents the direction of charge carrier, whereas direction of current is opposite to the flow of electron. Hence it is called as conventional current. So generally in the circuit, when we show the direction of current, it is from positive terminal to negative terminal of the battery. Now it is just an example for your understanding that how do I measure the current or how I define the current. So if the charge is 500 microcoulomb flowing through the circuit within a time interval of 5 milliseconds, then current is obtained as 0.1 ampere. No doubt, before finding or substituting the values, we should convert both the units in one system, that is here we have used SI system. Resistance, as the term represents opposition or resistance to the flow of charges, hence current. It is a passive component, and generally the symbol used is triangular shaped. The conductors like metals have very low resistance value, while semiconductor and insulators have high resistance values. It is represented by R and the unit is ohm. There are different types of resistors. Basically, the two resistors which I have mentioned here are fixed resistor and variable resistors. Resistors whose values are fixed irrespective of the use of the circuit is called as a fixed resistor, such as carbon film resistor, metal film resistors, and ceramic film resistors. Whereas variable resistors have ability to vary for a particular range, specified range. So it is called as a variable resistor. So variable resistor port is one of the example of it. So resistor, as we say, resistance, as we say, it is the fixed value, but the resistance is affected by few parameters. So mainly the three parameters are the length of the conductor, cross-sectional area of the conductor, temperature of the conductor, and the kind of material or the material which we have selected. So basically length and area comes into the same category as dimension. Therefore, three factors are dimension, temperature, and material of the conductor. Electric power. As we are using the circuit, it is very important to know the power consumed by the circuit, power dissipation in the circuit. So it is helpful to protect the circuit from any kind of damage or to use a desirable power, electric power in the circuit. So power as the rate of change of, or it is a rate of work done, as same as studied in mechanics, but the formula is I into V, and since it is the power, the unit should be watt. This is the basic law in electronics, without which it is not possible to study electronics. Ohm's law, named on George Simon Ohm. He stated a beautiful statement, a simple statement as, if the nature of the conductor, temperature, and dimensions are same, then current flowing through the conductor between two terminals is directly proportional to the voltage across the two terminals. So if you just look at the circuit diagram shown here, the current passing through the circuit is represented as I, and the amount of voltage, supply voltage provided is V. So how much current passed through the circuit? It based on how much voltage is applied. So it is a direct proportionality relation. As it is defined, V is directly proportional to I. And if you put it into equation, it is V is equal to IR, where R is defined as some constant. And this constant has defined as resistance of conductor. Now, as I mentioned in the previous slide, that resistance is a constant parameter under the condition of three conditions basically, which stated here also: nature, temperature, and dimension of the material. So if you look at this triangular shaped region, it is an easy way to remember the formula. The upper part V is nothing but product of the two lower parameter I and R. So V is equal to IR, and if you change the position you will get the same formula in the different form. And since it is a direct proportionality relation, if you plot the graph, it is a straight line passing through the origin, showing the slope is I upon V and intercept is 0. Now what is the slope I upon V? It is nothing but reciprocal of resistance. So in practical, if you are interested to find the resistance of the conductor or resistance of the diode, we should need to record current passing through the component with respect to the voltage across it, and plot the graph, take the reciprocal of the slope, we will get the resistance. So just solve a simple problem on Ohm's law. So in the circuit, current is given as 4 ampere, electric potential is given as 36 volt, it is the potential of battery, and it is asked to find resistance of the lamp, how much resistance is required or provided here. And simply you substitute the values because both the values are in the same system, so it will give you direct answer as 9 ohm. So this is about the basic electronic components used in electronics and Ohm's law. Thank you.